This your boy T-Poe. This the New Solution Radio podcast show. And if it ain't AGELREEFE and the family, I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, leg up. Yo, we back, man. Hey, let me get a round of applause for everybody that, you know what I'm saying, that came in. You know, I know we've been out. You know what I'm saying? I know we've been out. I know that, you know what I'm saying, everybody took a break, things happen, life happened, but that's just part of the game, and that's just the way it go. I got my big homie Ambassador Carl in the building with me. Y'all give him a round of applause, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and let it be on, and you feel what I'm saying? And today's show, you know what I'm saying, is the growth and the movement. And I know last week we did a show on, you know, taking responsibility as us as people that have positions of power or positions of whatever, motivational speakers, free thinkers, anybody who has any kind of role, I'm gonna say role or title, you know what I'm saying, has a responsibility to our youth in our communities, because these people are looking up to us, you know what I'm saying? They're watching moves, they're watching everything that we're doing, added along with everything going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? It is a responsibility. And I still want to speak on that, but what's going on with you, G? You good?
Oh yeah, man. Just fighting this frame, man. You know how it go.
For sure. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Stepping out the way.
I know you want to chime in on that.
Oh, as far as these cats out here in the world or the politicians, it all coincides with one, because if we understand the political nature by numbers, then we understand the people. And if we understand the people, that all people not part of the political gender, but still part of the political party, whether they count themselves out or not, we make the political views, the political agenda, and things like that. And my thing about that with these so-called title guys and stuff like that, they very educational dudes out here, and it seems like they're pushing more towards the political handout of it all before they step forward for the people.
Right.
So when you start doing that, you start missing what the people can do as politicians for politicians. Like I said before, we're not making the bills no more. We're not writing the bills no more. We're not writing the laws. We're not going to legislative votings. We only voting for presidents and stuff like that instead of voting for these people that actually can help us. We're looking at big names that's already in politics and not looking at these up and coming politicians and things like that. And by the time they get 50 years old, they already corrupted. You know what I mean? We got to start catching these politicians that's supposed to be for us if we're not going to write the laws and the bills and things like that. We're not going to go to the White House and things like that, or the where I'm in Ohio. We're not going to go to Columbus and change the way of the narrative according to what the people need. Then we need to start getting these politicians early in life, and we need these so-called individuals that have positions in these streets. May they be up and coming politicians that's talking and walking in the neighborhood preaching about it, or they actually have some kind of affiliations and positions in the world that need to start leading their individuals into let's say a business state of mind, because we are being treated like businessmen and women.
Right.
And we need to educate that value of it. This is why education with us was added to our situation, to maybe get us out of the thought process that everything has to be done in violence, when we can actually come with a common sense approach in life, and a good approach in growth and movement to actually be a difference maker. And I acknowledge it wholeheartedly.
Right.
I mean, in my position in life, you know what I mean? My community requires me to give people responsibility, not make myself responsible so much no more. You know what I mean? You're needed. Okay, so if I'm needed, so are you.
Right.
I mean, if I am responsible, I never take a position that I have no authority over.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't be the fall guy to say, well, yes, sir, no, ma'am, no this, no that. I agree with what I agree with. What I don't agree with, I won't.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, you do what the public needs you to do when you become a civilian in life. You know, a lot of people gangbangers or they call themselves affiliated, meeting into that situation. But I keep trying to tell these individuals that everything we have studied lead us to civilianship or citizenship or sovereignty or togetherness or unity. That's why it was called with us the big we.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you got a lot of people affiliated with what we probably stood for. You know, everybody knows some of our stuff. The internet is crazy, but
Right.
if you understand what we is, then that is what becoming the we is citizens. And if we are to become citizens, then we have a say so in our communities. We have a say so in the White House. We have a say so in that city council situation. They can write us when they gonna start writing the people a proposal of what we want. Or we
And
have
see, that's
rejected or declined or accept.
but that's what I was getting at on you know, holding the responsibility of the people who are positioned. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the people speaking, but we also, like I said, got to hold that person or persons who in those positions that have been that they voted or however they got in. You know what I'm saying? Responsible for what happens, and like I said, it's a big breakdown. So it's a big.
Mm-hmm.
They say we got to take accountability of what we do, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Is it
So what
reciprocated the
happens
same
when
way?
we do start taking accountability? Do you see how many interviews some of these old heads are doing straight from Chicago alone? Like I
Yeah,
respect OG Percy hard for breaking things down according to what people need to hear, you know, as far as his view, his perspective of where he's from and things like that. He's not talking about Chicago. He's sticking to the ball of where he's from. Take care of home.
right,
I happen to be from Chicago and live in Ohio, so I got two homes. I'm gonna take care of both of them if I can. With permission, though.
right,
This is what
right,
we got to do as far as being some of these street leaders. Get permission. Get in tune with your community. Ask the community what you want to do. You know, look out for my nephew, man, when you out there with him. Make sure he don't get off his square. I could do that. You
right,
just got to be receptive to understanding that you led the chain and the ball for me to actually talk to him.
right, right,
Because
right,
some of these kids don't feel like you need to tell them what to do no more. They done made laws so well they can call the police on us. So we got to actually talk to our kids now. They put you in a position to actually talk to your kids now, ask them what they want. So when we gonna start doing that as parents too?
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
It's a lot of things come with the responsibility of being the leader of your community, even if it's just a block. And with us, as far as our affiliation, we feel that if it's one of us on the block, you're responsible for that block. So get in tune with your block and let them
right.
know you come in peace. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And want to do something different in the world. But if you come over there and open up the block and shut it down, then guess what? Some people in the community might shut you down.
Right, 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 right.
And you
And see
can't see
that.
nobody told on you.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of that. I know in the news, especially in Chicago, it's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Outside looking in, people they're just, you know, flabbergasted and scared to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Not that bad, man. For real, for real. We have to understand the fact about Chicago. Once upon a time, it was never social media, and a whole lot of things took place that wasn't talked about. But now that it's being exposed this much, you think about it: 1990 to 1997, you probably got 1,000 murders a year. This year, today, or any other year in the last 10 years, you get 700 to 800.
Yeah,
So it was a lot of things going on because, hey, in my opinion, the law abiding those that supposed to enforce these things from happening was letting it happen.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm,
know what I mean? They called
mm-hmm.
it street justice back then. You feel me? They didn't
Street
care. Some of them was doing most of the dirt anyway, just to cause some of these wars. We ain't gonna ever act like that they ain't never been affiliated with some of these things. I've seen video of them watching the Ida B. Wells way before I was born, living over there, till I left there, and probably longer. Robert Taylor too. Y'all allowed everything to happen like an experiment, and then you flabbergasted at the results.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you locked up everybody that could have led the way to something different right at the time frame of their change.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So what did you do? to help us, but watch it and let the whole world know you had something to do with the building of it all. And now everybody wondering what's going on in life. You made sure y'all removed every male object that was a masculine situation that can help teach their kids, even in the community that was looking out for the kids. Cats like me that played basketball, if they felt like I had a skill, talent to lead the hood, they didn't let me do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You took that away. And then told the kids that you can call the police on their parents if they whoop you. So now there's no discipline but a jail cell for our kids. You actually think some of us finna let y'all discipline our kids, and the only way you get is a jail cell or a foster home where most of the damage actually happened to them at? Little girls get raped. Little boys get molested in foster homes. They start doing drugs. It's like a halfway house in there for drug addicts. All the dope in there. You know what I mean? So we have to understand what's really been going on and why we are in the positions that we're in. But at the same time, we have to understand that we are in a position to take ourselves out of these positions. Now that we know. You know, they say to be aware is to be alive. This is true. You feel? So the whole, let's just say, lower class of the world need to rethink. You know what I mean? And change our effort from just not only equality but liberation.
Yeah.
You know, we need to move in love and liberation. You know, that's true freedom, liberation. So we need to change our growth and our movement. We need to educate ourselves. Even some of these guys that don't want to listen, man, they might want to rethink that not wanting to listen situation. Even if it's not to us, at least stay in school so you can find something out about why they probably misled us. Everybody got, you know, so that's all. You know, if you're a street leader, get these kids some responsibility. And if you are a street leader and feeling like you don't want to be seen and want to be low key, that's the problem. You actually have to come out.
So you got to come outside, right? you can't stay in the house. You got to come outside.
You have to come out and acknowledge your power, because sometimes word of mouth is everything from you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's from you. It is a new wave of things going on, and you got some of these old heads trying to guide the light to some of these dudes that's going to pick up on the wisdom, knowledge, and the understanding that they need to have understanding on how to do these things, because it's been set in tone as this what it is. So these guys got to come out. They got to become the Benny Lees. They got to become the Kellys, the Big Percys. They got to become all these guys.
Right.
The Roosevelt, the McCrays, the Hughes, the Mees. They got to become the Strongs, the Capones. They have to come out and say, yeah, I used to. But now, and still can. But I choose to elevate.
Yeah.
I want to be great in the world. We want to be immaculate in our conception of consciousness. And this is what we need, a collective consciousness of elevation in our growth. Everybody has to be on the same page, even if it's not the same accord. It got to be the same page. That's what the Brothers of the Struggle was about. It was all on the same page, so it became all one accord.
Right. Indeed.
So this is what we need in our communities, and Black and brown and Mexican, all these cultures need to understand that this stuff is set for us to go against each other in our communities. So we need to go ahead and squash and eliminate what we know. We don't have to beef if we ain't got no problems with each other. Know that it was set in tone for us to do like this. No different than the weed law. They gonna pick on me and they gonna pick on you. They're not gonna pick on them. We know this. So why we keep beefing with each other on something that they already set in tone for us to be, and we steady falling for the ball and chain. Or fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They can stuff that banana a whole lot more. That's why people constipated.
Yeah.
That banana, and we keep sticking it on ourselves though, because most of the time when it gets stuck on us or stuck in us, it's from somebody we trust that look just like us. So who do we trust?
Indeed, that is the question that some are searching for answers deep, far, and wide, here and there, and yonder way. You know what I'm saying? Who do you trust? Yeah, that's the true
Everybody
story.
say trust in God.
Yeah,
Everybody keeps saying trust in God. And we walking in that light of trusting in that faith and having the faith in that. At the same time, in our physical form, knowing that the Most High is a spiritual being of awakeness in our physical body, we're walking this journey. And we need to come together as such. This is a journey of growth, man. It's so much with that. You know? It's time to start over. Together.
Yeah.
You know? And understand politics, understand numbers. That's why everybody say do the math. Do the math. 8.5 billion people in the world. And we not part of politics, or we shouldn't get in them. It's all about politics under this corporate constitution. It's all about politics.
That's true story. We got OG Capone in the building. We got Miss Katina in here, you know what I'm saying? For everybody that, you know what I'm saying, just chimed in, tuned in with us, you know what I'm saying? And
I'm sorry, y'all. I got lost for a second.
Nah, you good. You good. Nah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like these type of podcasts, these type of questions, these type of things need to be talked about. You could talk about them behind closed doors with your peers and your friends or whomever or associates, but there's nothing really done. So we trying to get some stuff done here. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, point blank, times of the essence. You know what I'm saying? Time ain't waiting on everybody. Everybody ain't got time, and that I think is the mistake that people use. Like, oh, I got time, or I got time.
Oh, right.
At the rate, like you said, do the math at the rate. No, time ain't waiting on nobody.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Miss Katina, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How's everybody?
Oh,
peaceful, living in peace.
Just blessed. Can't complain, won't complain.
I'm just listening in.
Oh, okay.
See what y'all got going.
What y'all got going on, man? Hey, I had man, I'm gonna get my album or something, man. I told folks the show was at 7. I forgot it was at 6. Yeah, my man going bad.
Nah, you good. You good. We can run it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we were more or less talking about last week's episode and then today, the growth and the movement, and just, giving a little scenarios about, you know what I'm saying, the growth and the movement of everything. Because right now it's a big time and people need to be involved. Whether you don't or you do, you still need to be involved in some capacity. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, man,
I agree.
hey. Yeah, I do too.
I just feel like sitting back, you know what I'm saying? Sitting back, not doing nothing, but got so much to say. I don't know. That's just me personally. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know there's a podcast that we supposed to be user friendly, but I sometimes want to just, you know what I'm saying, just let it go, but I just hold it back. You feel what I'm saying?
This is the only media we have. Like I was listening to what he was saying. We're basically we're whistleblowers in Mississippi. The Department of Justice just came and ruled that violations in 2 of our counties, but it's all over. This is a cultural thing. And the only way that it's getting out is by media because the news is not broadcasting our stories.
True. That's true. And it's from Ohio to Mississippi to Alabama, y'all tune in. This is not just, it don't hit in your hometown, it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm passing my story out by newspaper locally and on social media.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you could definitely pay for a spot in the newspaper and write your own story.
Right.
Well, not locally. I had to drive all the way to Jackson to get my story told.
Well, hell
Wow.
yeah.
And
They wouldn't
Jackson
even
got
give me.
so much stuff going on right now too.
Yeah, I went. That's the only way I can get in the mix. I go to Jackson and chime in with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a
Well, you
movement
know,
going on in Jackson right now.
we definitely need the unity. The people are scared. I'm like, that's the only way you're gonna get your story out and get help is to come out.
right. Like you said, you gotta come outside. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, you can't just sit back and wait. For those who sit back waiting for it to just dissolve, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. You're gonna have to get outside, like you said, you're gonna have to show your face. You're gonna have to, you know
And
what I'm
I'm
saying?
talking to these leaders specifically. You can't sit back and think the world is a mob movie, man. It is to them. We're not part of that cycle. We're the bombs in the mob in the mob movies that they trying to take advantage of. Think about these things, man. Like, can't sit back and tell someone to think you're gonna tell people what to do out there in these streets and in the world and stop this, that, and the other, and you ain't out there with them.
Right, right.
You got to get out there with them. You know the code. Don't never send somebody to do something you can't do yourself. That's part of the statute of anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Get out there and make a march and want it to happen, and everybody in the community been complaining, but you the only one standing there and talking. Come on, you finna sacrifice me for what? So you can move after I'm gone, or
But
she
that's what
gone?
that the mentality they want to use
That's the
you
brainwash.
right, crash dummy. You know what I'm saying? That type of mindset, and it's a lot. The ratio of crash dummies to people like what you're speaking about. You know what I'm saying? That's
That's why
how I
my man
know.
always say, don't be the one. If ain't nobody moving with you, why are you moving at all? Because
Right.
it needs to be done too, though. You feel what I mean? So sometimes people, force us to be in that kind of situation. We are who we are.
Right.
We care. We have a heart. Some people probably crown inside from what they see, but they make their rewards in what they see by producing a difference from what they're seeing or hearing and things like that. We deal with everything. Oh, that ain't got nothing to do with us. It do. Look at the music.
It's got everything to do with us. When it affects
Yeah,
one, it affects all of us.
a lot of our people representing us will call themselves representing us living like that. That's not us.
Right. Right.
That's not us. So
Yeah.
if we keep saying it ain't, y'all keep saying it is, then what are we to do? Let them have their way?
No, I mean you really no.
Because in the eyesight of how these people move in the political aspect, if you telling 2,000 people what to do in a positive light, and 1,200 of them dudes is moving in a negative light, you and probably 100 of the guys you dealing with telling them to move in a positive light going to jail because they associated with something negative in the cut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they put you in a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
So then you have to disassociate yourself from them 1,200 and hope the 800 is still moving on the ball, but now you're going against your people because you had the opportunity to change them, but you didn't. But you got to go sit in jail for them to actually realize that you was a good guy.
Not the good guy role, man. No, man. He had to go to good guy.
That's what they do, bro. That's what they do. And then once all them 1,200 turn their back, the rest go and follow. Now the people then turn their back on you. Then they Malcolm X you.
Yeah.
Well, you got the real criminals is the politicians.
We know it.
And the people that they send to jail is the one they're making money on. So it's just a mess. I'm looking at the whole cycle like this. This is crazy. But
to promote negativity in the world, they have to expect that the world will produce negativity act. So that's part of the ball and chain for you to go into a prison system. That's why we talk about the movies, the music, and things like that. So they keep saying this stuff is not real, but y'all said tobacco wasn't addictive.
Tobacco, man,
They said
tobacco worse
tobacco
than
wasn't
weed, man.
addictive. But they said the music and the movies ain't
Tobacco
having
worse
people
than
produce
weed,
this
boy.
stuff.
I don't know what they put in them cigarettes.
Same thing they putting in the movie, a brainwash.
Yeah.
Same thing they putting in the music, a brainwash. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I'm gonna look at it like this. The way things going right now and the way they putting it to people confused because this is a you can't society. You get what I'm saying? Can you picture you can do this, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
But them same things you can smoke, but you can't smoke in here.
So basically, if you can do bad out there and go to jail, but you can't be good after you've been bad, or we're gonna put you in jail.
You can be good or bad and go to jail where they putting it right now.
Yes,
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
So where's the separation? They taking the separation out and not confusion set in. Like, am I doing the right thing? So everybody, the whole world walking around on eggshells, wondering, am I doing the right thing or the wrong thing? Well, right, because what we were taught right from wrong, somewhere along the line it got lost. You feel what I'm saying? To me, that's just my opinion.
Is that how they create people to go against their own people?
It's the same thing. It's just more blatant now. The Constitution was for us. There's no law for them, and it's sad, but it's the way it is.
Where's the separation?
Which Constitution?
Because I mean, the media gonna dress up stuff. You know what I'm saying? So certain events happen. I'm not gonna speak about it, but when they start sacrificing innocent people for the sake of justice, that's where the confusion come in.
They call it humanitarianism and patriotism, that some people have to die for the greater good of the rest of humanity. They live off of that principle.
Collateral damage in war, basically.
That's why they created poor people who go to war most than anybody trying to get a career and stuff like that. The military was full of poor people. They come out middle class. Some of them don't come out at all, or some come out crazy, and then they turn their back on them too. After so long of living good as a military vet, they take them funds from us because we keep voting for these stupid politicians that's hurting the vets too. They ain't never been in the military though.
And sometimes that's rigged. They rig it so we don't win. They change the what is redlining when they change it where the blacks are separated where we don't win. You know, it's staged for them to win no matter what.
Right.
It's always gonna be something about a separation tool, even in school and things like that. And I hate to speak on it, but I have to because I feel like I'm being attacked. So the public sometimes need to know. You know what I mean? Like since pre-K, my child, she's black and that's been. She live in a multiracial community, but non-black multiracial, just white and Mexican. And it's like since pre-K, she's had to go through the, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The racial injustices of things to the point where one teacher not only retired or they forced retired her, but now she's on a school bus to where her brother have to step up and defend her honor because some little dude older than him literally want to walk up on her and bully her. The other little kids is like, she looks strange and weird. So she's going through, I feel like she's going through the Brown versus the school system right now. The board of health, you know what I mean? That's what she's going through right now. She don't understand because my baby's so friendly. You know, she's so friendly. She love everybody. But now you coming home with this look of doubt in your face to where, like, in pre-K, she had to sit over there with the other kids that could have possibly been black. and ask permission to play with the other kids over there who are Mexican and white. Why are we going through things like this so young in a school system?
Right.
You feel what I mean?
That don't make sense. That don't make sense at all.
Now she's on the school bus, and her brother understands the fact that he has black sisters and he's full Mexican, and these kids are racist. I have to step up and fight a teenager, and I'm only 10 years old because my sister black. And now you want to attack the parents. You know, I discipline my kids. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't gonna do all this, that, and the other. But now, here come children's services. So let's sweep this under the rug that my child is being treated like this, but I discipline my child. Here come children's services, but y'all still ain't called me. Or it popped up at the crib or things like this. So I feel like it's a retaliation situation because I don't care what y'all made up as far as the laws of man. I live by the laws of God. You can't overthrow that. So I'm sorry. I don't spare the rod and spoil my child. I'm sorry. And my child ain't gonna put herself in a position to where she's jealous of her little sister and hurt her real, real bad. And you lock the parents up for the situation. And I could have nipped it in the bud a long time ago, which I have. Reason why y'all want to talk to me. You see what I'm saying? So now I feel like it's a retaliation situation, but don't nobody want to listen to what's really going on in Ohio until we actually going through it. Same thing y'all going through in Alabama with the schools and stuff. It just goes unnoticed.
Mississippi, same thing.
Yeah. It's something in the air. It's something in the sauce. It's you know what I'm saying?
Ohio feel like they the South though. Lipstick, Ohio ain't no different than Texas.
Yeah.
Lima, Ohio ain't no different than Alabama. They country. You got the Confederate rocking around, and you got the Panthers doing what they do, and it's a mixture of something, everything. And it's no different. We worried about the bigger cities, and we in these small communities going through it. Like we in slavery still, running from Massa and them. And then they put us back in skinny jeans so we can't run fast. And keep talking about that sagging came from jail. No, that came from slavery, brother. When they used to put all them tight clothes on us when we try to run and couldn't hop over the gate. That's where sagging came from.
Yeah.
It was a trait from slavery, not jail.
Yeah.
But if you go to jail sagging, somebody might pop you.
That's the mentality that they want to project because it's a it's a money maker. You know what I'm saying? Man, you got to facilitate you have to facilitate and pacify the stockholders that's involved in the, because everything is made of in corporate manner, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Made that possible. We're gonna go in history with that one. Who made that possible? Ooh. They took the people's constitution away from them when one act happened.
Elaborate. Come on with it. I know when 1857 was
Lincoln. When Lincoln did the Constitution situation, the Immaculate Proclamation, the Independence Day, all that stuff, and called itself free and the slave, he put the Constitution into a corporate bank of business. That's why the North and the South went together, because they was losing slaves in the South. He was freeing things, and people was moving along on their own in the 1800s. That's how the Black Wall Street became about. They was already gone. Some of them people from Black Wall Street came straight over here from Europe with their money too. That's what they're not talking about. And we ain't talking about the one that happened in 1927. We talking about the one that happened right after they did all that stuff.
Yeah.
Type of energy. See, stuff they don't talk about in school. So when Lincoln did that, he turned everybody into a corporate situation. That's why Pope last name, Stokes last name, Washington last name, everybody is still on Wall Street as property to the world. That's why we got Social Security.
Yeah.
Everybody on the planet right here in America is actually a worker.
Not me.
Yeah.
And expected to work for other countries. That's why most of our taxes is going to Ukraine, Saudi Arabia, things of these nature to help other people, but we can't even get shelter for the homeless here.
Yeah.
They trying to put the
That's
homeless
true.
in jail to make them inmates so they can make money
They ain't
off
got
their.
no more nut houses for them. They turned down all the nut houses. So if you commit a crime out there, pull this whacker out and take a pee in the alley because he ain't got nowhere to go. It's a sexual assault case or whatever. Public send them to court, put them in the in jail.
They don't have to do anything in certain places. They take them to jail for being homeless now.
What happened to all them homeless people that were supposed to get them stimulus checks when they first jumped out and they had to return them all because they couldn't find them homeless people? And then you just stop hearing about homeless people for a while. All the homeless people now are new. Look how young they are.
Yeah. They pocketed their money though. They you know what I'm saying? You already know
they spent their money with Ukraine. All our child tax credits and everything that they've been taking for the last 2.5 years since they gave that stimulus check. We ain't had child tax credits since. All that stuff going to somewhere else, man. And it ain't.
They taking it. They've taken it so
They
you won't get money
back.
back.
We're not eligible for child tax credit no more when you go to these places. But when you go online to the SSI and all that stuff, they're saying we're still eligible. So you have to refile your taxes.
Right. I don't mean to cut everybody off. We're gonna bring on somebody very special, you know what I'm saying, from the Nation of Islam. And they're gonna chime in on the same things that we talking about right now. I want y'all to keep what they say, keep that same energy, you know what I'm saying, right there, because this gonna get deep. You feel what I'm saying? Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. Give you a round of applause. I'll give you a good round of applause. Let me get it right together. Here we go.
Oh, brother.
There we go. Give you a good round of applause. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show.
Peace and blessings, everyone. And as we say as Muslims, Assalamu alaikum simply means peace be unto you.
Peace and blessings.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm just getting on. I need to catch up in terms of what the subject matter is. What's on deck? You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, first, the main subject is the growth and the movement. And we talk about our communities as people with leadership positions that have, whether it's civil rights, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, you motivational speak, or you in political or whatever, we all have a responsibility to our youth. And somewhere along the line, it got lost. Yes. You know what I'm saying? The teachings that were taught to us as we were, when we were young about what's right, what's wrong, you know what I'm saying, what is, what ain't.
Well, brother, I mean, just coming off the cuff, first of all, I want to thank my brother OG Capone for the invitation. And thank you all for just allowing me to come on. I see, as a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the ears of our people are sacred because we've heard a whole lot of stuff. If you know what I mean. We didn't heard this, that, and the third. We didn't hear from a lot of different people, pontificating a whole lot of different perspectives. And but the responsibility of leadership, I think you said, as it relates to our youth. I think in a time where the movement, brothers, or the struggle for the advancement of our people has essentially been monetized and placed on social media platforms and for purposes that are not necessarily analogous with the goal of raising the level of consciousness of our young people, that they may be equipped to make a meaningful contribution to the evolving cause of our progress. That's part of the problem. There was a time when we were genuinely concerned at the street level with what was going on with our young people, notwithstanding being given a microphone, a spotlight, or a platform. There were people out there grinding every day at ground zero, doing what they can to help make things better for our people in general, and particularly for our young people. And those kind of people are needed. And to be quite honest with you, I see the street tribes as those brothers and sisters that are at ground zero, that are out in the street every day. They hear the gunshots and wake up and make the phone call and that kind of thing. They're the ones that take the gun off the young brother and say, look, man, you might need to think about this. And I think that we need more of that. And those of us who, quote unquote, have these platforms need to go to those who are at ground zero, which is one of the things that we're desirous of doing. God willing, next month we'll be in Tupelo in the street, if you know what I mean. In the street.
Right. And yeah, I've been seeing and hearing a lot about I'm doing a lot. I know a few brothers here, you know what I'm saying, they reached out to me and they assured me that if I needed them, all I gotta do is make a phone call. So you know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing, to know that you got that type of support, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Back to the matter at hand, I just feel like it's just a lot of the curtain, you know what I'm saying? The curtain behind, they hiding it behind our eyes, and they're trying to blind us from what's going on. And people are not dumb. They're very perceptive to how the game's being played out here, from the judicial system to the political system to our own communities to what each and every household. And from what I've talked to both sides, black and white and Mexican, and they've all said, we just want somebody, can you, make something to help us pay our bills? And it's more of the same thing on each race level, each culture, each tribe we're not looking to the government to pay our bills, but we need more structural things in our own communities to allow us to pay our own bills. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I definitely feel you, brother. One of the things that I talk with brothers about at the community level in Memphis. I live in Memphis. I commute to Holly Springs to head up our ministry there.
Right.
One of the things that I always try to get brothers to see is that our neighborhoods are not poor, just look poor. We are not poor because I asked them the question. We have a lot of different ethnic groups in our communities with corner stores. Do y'all experience the same thing?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And these people are from, way across the water somewhere. They're coming from places like Yemen and Ethiopia, places in Africa. And they come all the way over to the United States, and they come in our community, a community that according to perception is poor, but they set up a corner store. So the question I ask brothers and sisters too, what would make a person come halfway around the world to America to what is called the hood or the ghetto and set up a corner store? Couldn't they have done that where they were from? What do they see about our community that we don't see? And I believe humbly, brothers and sisters, is what they see is a group of people who do nothing in terms of providing goods and services for themselves. So they set up what is called a convenience store. Easy to reach, right down the street, and they sell us what they know we consume. They sell us Black and Milds. They sell us blunt rollers. Some of them are so-called Muslims. They sell us the beer and all of the other little things, the chips. And when they get rich and take care of their children or make enough money, I wouldn't call it rich, they sell it to their friends or their brother or a family member, and the cycle keeps going. Well, what happens when the street tribes take over that? What happens when the brothers and sisters in leadership at the street level awaken and to pool their resources and put our young people in those stores? But they got to have the kind of fiscal, financial, personal discipline whereby they will do right by themselves and by the community. So when I talk to brothers like that, they go, wow, I never thought about that. It's not a pipe dream. It's something that's very, very reachable. And we don't have to Molotov top a cocktail, the other man's store. We just don't shop with them. They don't shop with us.
Right.
Nobody's going to indict us for shopping with ourselves. And if they do, we don't care. We buy from everybody. We buy shrimp fried rice. Nobody complain. We go to their store and shop with them. Well, we need to establish, starting at a small level, man, in neighborhoods. We already have the network in terms of street organizations that are organized and have leadership. All we need is the guidance, the discipline, and the military wherewithal. The military wherewithal to discipline the street soldiers to whereby we become economic soldiers, because more people eat than get high. Because I tell the dope boys, how many people get high? They go, a lot of people want Muhammad's paper to be made out here. Then I ask them, everybody don't get high, do they? Say, well, no, not everybody, but a good number of people. I said, well, how many people eat?
Right.
How many people drink water? You know what I'm saying? How many people need toothpaste? How many people need washing powder? How many people need a bar of soap?
Right.
So what happens when we start doing that at the community level? And we own the corner stores now.
Right.
And we got little plots of land where we're growing food. We got what is called Tammy's Garden in Holly Springs, Mississippi. I went and checked on it today. Just 100 feet by 25 little garden. We're gonna put a house on, and we got food growing already. What happens when and it's gonna happen because I got a garden in my backyard. What happens when we pull up the squash, the cabbage, the peas? We take that into the hood, and our sisters know how to cook and how to eat to live. We show our women how to manage food, how to prepare food that'll improve the health condition of our people. See, we can do this. We just got to get off our high horses, those of us that are quote unquote think we own one. You know what I'm saying? Put our egos aside and begin to prove the super resource we have and work together as brothers and sisters and stop looking at each other as though one is better than the other. You know, and I hope that made sense. But that's just that's one of the things that's heavy on my heart. We can do this, you know, and thus us in a religious community, and I'm part of it. And I'm from the hood like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I didn't fall down out of heaven. I came up out of hell, trying to stay out of it. But when we stop looking down on our young people because they tatted up and got ring nose, forget all that. Look past that. Look past. Honorable Farrakhan says this. At our people, he looks past what he sees and tries to speak to the hidden presence of God that's in every black man and woman, regardless of what they look like cosmetically. Because when you speak to the God in our people, they will respond. That's been my experience. They will respond.
Right. We're gonna open up the door. Anybody want to ask any questions? Katina, Ambassador Carl, OG.
I have a question. I live in Lucedale, Mississippi, and I have 7.5 acres of land. I've been trying to open up something for the youth, and I try to go through like getting like a grant, but they make it hard for you to even try to do that when you're living in the area that I'm in. And it's a brother that was denying me. Like I had to come up with a plan, a 5-year plan of just opening up a rec center, like having TVs put up, pool tables, just a stage, and kind of have a place to kind of educate them, you know. And he was like making it so difficult. It's like, what's so hard about it? You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's discouraging that you're trying to help the community, but when you don't have the people to see the same vision, it's hard. It's hard to do that because I don't want to go in debt. Being a single parent and living well, now I'm living alone. My children are now adults, but I don't want to put myself into debt trying to do it. But I have the land and assets, but they make it hard to get a loan on my home, like the banks. So
Yes.
it's like this is crazy, and I work every day. Like I don't get it.
But just, to give you clarity on that, I need to put you in touch with our farm people in the Nation of Islam that understands the roadblocks and the hurdles that they intentionally put, you know, in front of us when it comes to giving us access to resources that would allow you to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, sister. There's a brother named Brother William Muhammad. God willing, Sister Katina Washington, right?
Yes, sir.
God willing, Sister OG's got my number, Brother Capone. We need to hook up, and that's what is in my mind and heart. There's a lot of good people, and I'm looking at some right now. You wouldn't be on this platform, I don't believe, if you didn't have a good heart and have a desire to help Black folk, and particularly in Mississippi where we are. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan said to me and to us, not just to me specifically, but to us, he said, of all of the 50 states, he loves Mississippi the most. When the minister stood back up to rebuild the Nation of Islam, when he went underground, guess where he went? He went to Mississippi. It was brothers and sisters from Mississippi that stood up with the minister in the early days of the rebuilding of the nation, like Lou Myers, Alfred Skip Robinson, and brothers and sisters down in Mississippi. So he's planted a lot of seeds. So me as his student in Mississippi, my desire is to go find where these seeds at. And I've only been in Holly Springs now 5 years, a little over 5 years. And I'm learning that there are a lot of brothers and sisters in Mississippi. And you know Mississippi, you know how black folk treat Mississippi. Mississippi,
It's 40-some% now. You know, it's a lot of blacks,
yeah, it's the blackest state in the country.
and it's hard because a lot of them is in fear. I've been dealing with Capone now. I came on here to tell my story before. Previously, I was assaulted at a state prison up in Greene County. I was assaulted by a white inmate, and they covered it up, and I wanted to press charges. So I went to the sheriff. I resigned due to fear for my life because they didn't do anything. I went to the sheriff. The sheriff did not want to press charges. I never met the sheriff, never met the DA. They had me to go before a grand jury supposedly, but there's no charges. So I'm in a federal lawsuit right now as a lawyer myself because I couldn't find a lawyer to represent for me.
Wow.
I got an advocate, but he can't be my lawyer. I have to do it myself. So it's just challenging all the way around. And I'm from here, but we have so much. We still have Confederate flags hanging at our courthouse.
Yes,
That's a whole nother ball game with me. I was in the paper for that. It's like it needs to be a change, but the people won't step up, you know. And the people that we have in place, in power in Mississippi, they sold out.
yes, ma'am.
Like I was assaulted. I'm suing the sheriff station, the DA office, the MBI, and the prison to where I work. No one has called me.
Wow.
I've had 2 surgeries. They supposed to have been a simple assault when it was an aggravated assault. You know, it's just a lot of things, and they ignoring it. You know what I mean? So I got a lot going on, but I've been trying to help with the community, and it's like a dead end no matter what.
Yes, ma'am. I hear so many of these kinds of stories where the police is just in Mississippi, man. They just do what the HE double hockey sticks they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They shoot people, they lock people up for nothing. And the biggest enemy of black folks in Mississippi, I'm learning, is fear. You know what I'm saying? And disunity. Because I don't believe, and we don't believe in petitioning a political and judicial system that has clearly demonstrated to us that they're not going to listen to our cry.
Well, let me explain. I did a 500-page petition for 8 different counties for the workers that work at the prison. I sent it up to the governor, the attorney general.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
They're not going to hear it.
So
it's like asking a lion not to eat you, and the lion is starving. So.
yeah, I've written up attorneys, went to the Mississippi Bar Association. I did everything possible, and they roadblock. So yeah. It's crazy.
And what that says, dear family, is we're gonna have to turn within. We're gonna have to find as many like-minded people across Mississippi, and that's what makes these kinds of podcasts you brothers are doing important. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the line of communication to disseminate information, so we can have people in various places throughout the state. All of these small black towns in Mississippi need to have a cadre of people there that's plugged in to the whole body of us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we can go above the state, because Tate Reeves not going to listen. We need, and we have in the Final Call newspaper, the conduit by which it can be made known, not just throughout the U.S., but around the world. See, your story, sister, needs to be in the Final Call. These stories of things like when Rasheem Carter got killed down there in Taylorsville, and they found that baby's remains. He's 25. Mm-hmm. I mean, excuse me, but damn, this is 2024.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a cussing preacher. I have, you know.
That's all right.
You good? Hey,
that's showing truth. I like that.
I mean,
yeah,
so
We ain't one of them like this platform is for you to express
I've
yourself.
met some preachers that don't preach and I mean that don't curse, but they don't do nothing. I mean NAACP, don't get me started.
Yes, man.
So
We all been there, done that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Hey,
so
when you come on here, you can be yourself. You ain't got to. We don't sugarcoat nothing. Nathaniel, we don't sugarcoat nothing. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you know, to hear that this is my brother Najee calling, hold on, excuse me. Brother Najee.
Yes, sir.
I'm on the platform, man. I'm talking to the brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir. I was gonna see if you're gonna put your title or you just.
I just put my name on so the people know who they're talking to. That's all.
Okay, yes, sir. I'll do the same. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Walaikum salam. That's my guy right there, man. I love that brother. But you
Standing
know,
on business. He coming in here standing on business, y'all. For everybody that watching, this man standing on business. He's standing on business now.
I met some wonderful brothers and sisters since I've been in Mississippi. I can't wait to meet you all that will be in Tupelo, God willing, next month. But sister, the kind of things that I've been exposed to, the way these sheriffs just do what the hell they want. I done got word that the white officer that arrested the 11-year-old boy in Senatobia has been rehired somewhere in North Mississippi. You know,
that's what they do. That's what they do. They move from all of the people that I'm suing. They left the prison because of what happened to me, but they still work for the state. One of them is with MBI. One of them with the sheriff's station in Hattiesburg. It's like they still get a pension. Like I'm like they are criminals. I went to the Department of Justice in Jackson. They came down and had an emergency meeting for the sheriff. So I kind of bum rushed that and was like, this is culture. This is the culture all over the state of Mississippi, you know? And I'm like, these people are committing crimes and still working. Like I had to resign and I'm the one that was assaulted.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't know what the sheriff looked like. I went twice to press charges. He never called me. I don't know what the DA looked like. I demanded to be seen. And I've been up there 3 or 4 times and have never met her. I had to go online to see what she looked like.
Yes, ma'am.
The attorney general refused to see me. Like she told me to get a lawyer. I am your coworker. I am a citizen and a victim. And you telling me to get a lawyer and you're representing 4 of the people that I'm suing. I'm suing 13 different people.
Wow. Well, you know, brother Malik Zulu Shabazz, y'all heard of him?
I met him.
Does he know about your story?
Yes, he knows, but it's just so many. He's dealing with the sheriff plus the people that's calling in about the complaint. So he was saying that it's going to be years that he's going to be, tied up. So, but I couldn't find a lawyer to take this case simply because a lot of these lawyers with that prison, it's worth billions of dollars. So they're kicking back. They know the people that I'm suing, or they don't want to get involved. The judge that I was trying to contact, he resigned. He retired. Like everybody got out the way, but it's like no, I had to do my own warrants. I had to pay for it and make sure that they got delivered because they wouldn't do the judge refused to have the court marshals to go out and serve them. I had to pay my own money and deliver myself to the sheriff stations, go out to all the counties.
We're in a hell of a and this is why it is important particularly to the brother. This is why it's very important that we first have to stop killing ourselves. You feel what? It makes it very difficult. I don't think we really understand how difficult it makes it to advocate for the sisters who are in this kind of situation when we are engaging in full-fledged fratricidal conflict where we are decimating our own numbers. So the rally like the one that's coming up, it can't be just a sweet, a good folks sound good and they say a lot of good big words and then days later ain't nothing happening. But there has to be actionable items and we have to begin to as Black people because if we don't, brothers and sisters, and if we don't hitch our wagons together, so to speak, I mean, from all forms and walks of life, from the brother on the street to the brother in the suite, we have to unite and begin to figure out. I don't have the answers for you. So I'm not an attorney. and I don't know very much about sister how to approach. That's why I mentioned Brother Malik Zulu. But we have to begin. There's a sister named Julian. What's her name? She's in Mississippi. She's a female attorney, an activist attorney. She's dealing with a lot of those kinds of things. Jefferson. Her last name is Jefferson. And I ran across her profile, and she's dealing with cases that are similar to yours, where the person has been clearly wrong, and the local authorities just, they just act as though it hasn't happened. So one of the strategies that was used during the time of Medgar Evers and whatnot, we have to stop spending money with these people. We got to be able to hurt them when they hurt us. And the only way we can really hurt them is to begin to withdraw from them economically. Because see, if we ain't spending our money with them, you know what I'm saying? And we're not supporting their businesses, that presents a study that history. They begged when Medgar Evers and them boycotted down there, and I can't remember where he was. Was it Meridian? I forgot. The history escapes me. But they began to beg those brothers and sisters, please come downtown and shop, please. And see, our problem is some of us as clergymen, we're the gatekeepers for the oppressor. And it be our own people that give us hell. So now we have to turn to the young brothers and sisters that are not afraid. Because the old God, they're just simply scared. That's a lot of the problem, at least that I have seen. They know what's happening is wrong. They know something need to be done about it, but they are not willing to take the chance. They're scared. Then I'm not going to mess up. I'm going to retire. And I'm not. And they don't get involved.
The sad thing about it is when I was assaulted, the warden was a black preacher, and then there was another guy that was the captain, and a deputy warden. He was white, but it was two brothers that knew about that, and they never even reported. That's what killed me. Like I couldn't grasp that. Like they didn't even try to help me.
Wow. Listen, boy.
It's a lot going on. Definitely, she needs all the help she can get for everybody out there. If you got any information, make sure you get it over to us so we can get it over to Katina, you know what I'm saying, and the brothers, so we can get this situation resolved, because it is deep, and it gets deeper as the story goes, because she already explained it to us in a deeper detail, you know what I'm saying. And it gets kind of just make you feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I know Ambassador Strong jumped in here, and I know you got Bro Najee. We'd like to welcome y'all to the show. You know what I'm saying? We got Whistleblower Fred on in the queue. And this is a big show today. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that need to get done today. So we're gonna let Ambassador Strong jump in. Big Wee Ambassador, you know what I'm saying? Senior Ambassador, you know what I'm saying? How you doing today, sir? Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings extended, brother. I'm doing all right. Blessed and favored.
I know that's right. Good to hear your voice, man. I ain't talked to you in a little while.
I'm always in the trenches. Bro.
Indeed. So I'm pretty sure you got some questions or something you want to shoot out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, first and foremost, I didn't catch the whole story, but as far as what I did catch, as far as the lack of involvement and support and unity when it came to the issue at hand. Like I said, I don't know the full story, but I know that the sister wasn't getting the support that she should have been getting or should be getting up until this point, I assume. But one of the biggest issues I feel, the brother said that the older generation is afraid. And for some part of it, I feel that that's true. You have those that are afraid of losing what they feel they have established. Not understanding that, as we can see, if we just pay attention, those kingdoms fall quickly. Right. And we don't know. We don't even wait on the proof before we start throwing our stones at the person as well. We join in so that we can blend in and hope that we can slide by and gain favor when somebody remembers that we stood against those bad guys too. But there's a story about a mad dog, and it was a good dog in the beginning, but the master would come in and the master would beat the dog for no reason. In the beginning, he showed the dog love, so the dog loved his master. But then the master began to beat the dog on a daily basis. The dog would see the master come, he'd run to the door, the master in a bad mood, he'd beat the dog would cower. And one day the dog got tired. So the dog fought back. And the master shot the dog and killed him. So when he had to go to court and he stood before the judge, he convinced the world that the dog attacked the hand that fed him, that the dog attacked his master. So he had to be put down. And this is kind of the situation that we face today. We've been put in a position to where we have to fight back. And we have to fight back if we don't want to be beaten to death. If we don't want to be stomped to death and starved and forgotten about in these warehouses, we have to fight back. And a lot of these brothers and sisters know that when they go stand before the judge, the killing will be justified, whether it be on the streets or whether it be locked away in these penitentiaries and forgotten about, because they know that raw emotion and passion ain't gonna get it done. We lack strategical tact because we lack the knowledge in order to formulate it, or we won't come together and do it. See, there's plenty of power in unity, because what I might not see, you might, and what you don't see, the next person might. All working together towards the common cause, but we have to agree that we have a common cause. I can't feel like it's not my business. I can't feel like he deserved that. This is a mindset that needs to be changed before anything else will change. See, a broken people simply means that you think low of yourself. When you're broken, your mind is broken. You can't see your strength. You can only see your weakness. You can see what you lack, and you don't see what you possess. That's why you're on a constant quest for more, because you haven't learned to tap into what we already have. And what we lack, and we find in our brothers and sisters. So as the brother said, unity is key, but it's going to take a re-education to make that happen. And it's going to take those that are willing, even though it may seem like that little finger poke ain't doing nothing, you have to continuously keep poking. You have to be the change, even if you're standing by yourself. And that may motivate the brother standing next to you. You have to keep talking even when they tell you to be quiet, because somebody hearing it might be the spark they need to ignite.
Indeed.
That's what I was saying earlier, Mr. Pope. This was before Strong got on, and the Muslim brother. I appreciate everything he said, and the most valuable thing that brother kept saying was we. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when we understand the value of we and what we have to do and what we think we need to do, like Strong saying, like everybody on here saying, even though she had her situation on her own, she can know that we are part of the solution to her problem too, if we understand the educational value that we all need in life and society, and that can spark change of things. And I wanted to piggyback on what he had said, had asked about what can happen in the community if we use our resources as a single entity. And I did not want to disturb him, and that's why I cut my mic off, because he was in his flow. And I call it collective consciousness. We all call it collective consciousness. And like Strong said, we need a re-educational value of things in life to what we need to do as people. First of all, you know, unity is the key, but unity without a plan is just a theory. So we need practice, and the education value of us needs to be applied like expeditiously, bro, in the change in thought process of what they feeling it is in the streets. The streets has to know that there's a bigger picture to your street quality, bro, because one day you might have to stand here for your streets. You know what I mean? For people like Katrina, for people like OG Capone that go through what he go through in Mississippi, his family hit my family, Mr. Strong's situation going on, like even with her situation to where she's not getting no help. That is called the blackball. You are one person that is challenging 13 individuals that can actually shut it down, but you the one person that they can sweep it under the rug and eventually they're gonna give some money to that they think. You know what I mean? And not too much exposure on it all.
Right.
That's what they are on with that situation. That's the blackball. They didn't let any political individual know that's on their side not to deal with you. It ain't no different than being blackballed from getting a job.
The
They
trickle
do this.
down theory. Yeah, it's the trickle down
Yes,
theory.
sir.
You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? Yeah.
And like
The
Strong was
thing about it, the thing about it, I'm still working for the state.
and we know this.
I'm their co-worker, and that's the sad part. Like, how y'all come up with that?
Again, like we said, that's casualties of war. Just like the
Yeah.
whistleblower, they're like Fred, casualties of war.
Yeah.
Y'all are the subject that basically it's the test subjects. They've been doing this shit. Excuse my friend, they've been doing this stuff for so long, and then now it's catching up to them. It's getting to the point where they can't sweep it up under the rug. They're gonna let it live it out, try to offer y'all a little bit of money so y'all be quiet. But then y'all ain't being quiet. So they playing still didn't work.
Worst
So they
thing
gotta
can happen right now is if they hit the news. That's when they gonna want to talk.
Yeah, but see, the news in bed with them
the
also.
news is suppressing it. I've had to pass
They in bed
out.
with them also. So and with politics, it's a left wing, right wing. NBC, well, I ain't even gonna say the names because I don't want to get hit with that.
So the whole case is a conflict of interest anyway because everybody know each other. That's like the prosecutor is married to the defense attorney.
Yeah, conflict of interest. Yeah,
it's a conflict of interest around the whole board because don't nobody want it to be out there. So we're gonna do whatever we can to backlash it. So ain't that kind of like a duress situation? Maybe.
Yeah.
Thing is, fam, is
duress so she won't keep going farther with this situation.
I mean,
and you ain't threatening to not deal with the situation. You just blatantly showing her that you're not going to deal with it.
It's a big conspiracy. That's what this is. It's all a conspiracy, and that's what my charges is against them. It's conspiracy, and that's what they've been covering up. And I've been letting them know every time y'all cover it up, you committing more conspiracy. You making the charges big on yourself.
Right.
So you know when it all come out, you gonna make yourself look even worse.
And that's what my charges are. The same thing, conspiracy of all the agencies.
But what are y'all conspiring? What are y'all conspiring? I know the definition of conspiracy, but what are y'all conspiring to
of them covering up a crime? They covering up a crime that I was assaulted, and they're acting as if the inmate. This is what get me. I just tried to look this inmate up. He is nowhere to be found. I could pull up the president. I could pull up O.J. Simpson, but this man they scrubbed him out the system completely.
He said I can pull up the president, I can pull up O.J. Simpson, but I can't find him.
He ain't nowhere to be found.
They probably already paid that brother.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
They probably already paid him. It's a couple people I'm looking for in the penitentiary because it was like, wow, you just disappeared, but we know you in jail, but I can't find him.
He's never been charged. That's the whole thing. They had me go to court, but I'm like, no. And they dropped the charges due to my character and they not having enough information. But I had 200 pages worth of information. If y'all would have investigated, you would have known that. And where's the charges? There's no charges at all.
Well, only thing, you know, that's crazy. Like, and there's no answer to the situation other than having to wait it out and see what they do. But I guess the more people that can expose the situation, you know, like when you first told me about it, I made sure I sent it to a whole lot of people. I think I even put it on Twitter when I still had the account. I think the more exposure that, especially from different states, we got to work as a team around here. The more exposure to certain things in the world, and it starts, you have no other choice but to pay attention to it. And like Strong was saying about the re-education value of things, I just wanted to add to that these street guys have to understand too that they are a part of a systematic situation, that they can't end up being in a system. Okay. You need to play parts into this system as building a new world for yourselves, not us.
Yes.
We already here. We already here. We just doing what we can. But it's up to y'all now to create a system that's more comfortable for y'all and your people and your community and things like that, because they're going to try to find a way to always keep you on the bottom of the situation. And without an economical plan, a unified plan, a corporate plan as an individual first in yourself to educate your value in life, you're going to reach your lowest potential when you need to be standing on your toes.
Right. We're gonna pass the torch. Brother Abdul. Go ahead and kick what you was finna say.
Oh no, I was thinking on what it sounds like to me for our sister. If you reach the point, sister, where they are actually impervious to your attempts to get them to come clean. And I thought about it in terms of, fighting. When you have an opponent where you're trying to get a headshot in and you just can't get one in, you got to go to another part of the body. You feel what I'm saying? Until he has to cover that part, and then he opens his head up, then you can take the headshot. Well, that's what I mean by, we have to seek other avenues by which to hurt them. And the one thing that they are most afraid of is for us to unify.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. They're getting ready to build a new anywhere from $80 to $120 million jail down there in
Hines County. Yeah.
Yeah. Brother Charles Moore, he was on my podcast and he was telling us about it. Well, they're building that jail with the expectation of putting black bodies in it. Let's just be real. It's like building a hotel. You don't build a hotel unless you expect somebody's occupancy. You feel what I'm saying? So they're counting on us continuing the behavior we're engaged in that would lead to that jail being filled up, and they get that money, jail is business. That's prison has nothing to do with crime and punishment per se. It's more of a business than it is anything. And it breaks in big dough. That's what they build in these smaller municipalities. It's recession proof. They learned that the prison industrial complex, minimal investment, high return, and it's recession proof. Okay. And these municipalities, these smaller ones in particular, that's how they generate their revenue. Well, if they're going to put a prison in the jail in these small counties, they got to lock somebody up. So who is the most vulnerable community? It's the black community.
Well, they're trying to take over Hines County anyway. That's the fact that that's the capital and it's mostly black. That's why they won't fix the water system. It's just another part to deprive them.
Well, but how do we combat it? See, sister, if we don't accept the fact that we got to clean up our lives and take the stick out of their hand that we give them to beat us with.
I agree.
I tell brothers, look, brother, look. I know our lifestyle. I really get it. But if we genuinely want this to end, brother, you cannot be driving down the street with bag tags, your car smell like 50 pounds of weed, you know what I'm saying? And you got 10 guns in the car. And then the police stop you and search your car. You giving the man the stick to beat you with.
Correct. I understand exactly what you're saying.
We have to be to our young people to help them to understand. They said they're going to legalize marijuana. What's the pot plants and where they can grow weed and municipal weed? They're going to legalize it in Mississippi if they hadn't already. And white folks going to make money hand over fist, where brothers will get locked up for having a blunt. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to get to our young people. I think our answer is in the street. In other words, we got to go to the body. we have to go out and fish in our young men and women in a rigorous kind of way to keep them out of their system. We have to go inward and talk to our people and sound the alarm, so to speak, as to what's coming. Because we as brother was saying, Ambassador, where my brother at, that was just talking.
Strong.
Yes. He was saying we have to have an economic base. We have to start somewhere. And the strategies that we've been deploying so far have not been effective enough. So as the Honorable Louis Farrakhan has been warning us as Black people, our unity is more powerful than any weapon that they can form against us. When we're united, and if you unite the heads first, and we resolve among one another that look, we're going to establish the bond together in sisterhood, and we ain't breaking it. We ain't breaking it. You know, if to the degree that we're not willing to do that, to that same degree, we will remain vulnerable to their attack against our community, and we will remain powerless because organized hate is more effective and will always outstrip disorganized love. And they are organized in their hatred of Black people. You feel what I'm saying? And they pay a few of us and give them positions of comfort and a life of comfort in exchange for being essentially the gatekeeper, you know, to keep the rest of us in line, so to speak.
Paid distractions. That's exactly what paid distractions.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they are. Paid distractions.
Can I step in for a second?
Go ahead, go ahead, Fred.
You know, and I'm not trying to toot when I say this, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or put myself above nobody, but I hear everybody, we talk about this Black unity stuff and what we need to do. I'm in a position, whether people believe it or not, I'm in a position that I'm able to change policies and laws because I really beat the feds and nobody's backing me. Like nobody's standing behind me on the side of me. And like, I have really, the DOJ offered me $300,000. And they didn't offer me that money for no reason. So with that being said, if I had some people behind me that help me get this story out, the DOJ would have no choice but to come and change their laws. Like, because I've been to the mountaintop. I've been to the mountaintop. I like Shoutbody said, I done seen the demon. I done seen that monster. And so with that being said, I just need some help getting this story out because between me, Miss Katina Washington, and old school guy, I call him Pops, Mr. Britton Mosley, between our three stories, they would have to change laws dramatically because it's the same pattern. Like we have shown a consistent pattern between the state and the federal government and nobody's getting behind us. Like I appreciate being on this platform right now, but it's got to be a way that, you know, all this marching and stuff, that stuff not working. They don't care about that stuff. We can march all day. We can talk all day. But until we get up in their face, and I did that already. I've really exposed the Department of Justice and nobody's standing behind me to say, hey, let's help that brother. You know, it's just like everybody just brushing me off.
Yeah, you're a troublemaker.
Yeah. Like I've exposed the NAACP, you know, I've exposed the unions, you know.
That's that. In the union form, they call you a disgruntled employee
yeah.
person. But that ain't the case. That's not the case. You know
it's not.
You got people in places, and that's like I said, what's the old saying? We all got a crawl before we walk. And we know you beat that. We know you did that. And that's and you know what I'm saying, brother? This like all the shows that we do, they be recorded so they can be replayed and replayed. But you're right, they don't care about that. If it ain't about separation and hate, then they don't want to promote it. because it don't fit their agenda. Just the same thing as Katina. It still it draws the attention to them, and they don't want that type of attention. I know Senior Ambassador Strong wanted to say something too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, family, sometimes, oftentimes we're too quick to dismiss everybody because the people we talking to won't support us. Sometimes we give up hope because we're talking to the wrong people. It's a thing: discipline, dedication, determination, persistence. You got to be the little engine that could. You can't quit. You got to keep pushing, and eventually the right people will hear that need to do what it do. But if you get quiet through frustration, aggravation, or any of the above, you allow those things to beat you, then the fight is already lost. See, it's sometimes it just takes the seed to be planted and people to strategically move. A lot of times emotion causes us to run in head first. And if we run in without a plan, then we plan to fail. So it's not enough. You're right. Marches aren't enough if they're not strategic. Talking is not enough if it doesn't have purpose. But see, there are things that need to be done there's a system in place that has to be. You beat them by playing their game. You beat them by finding whatever it was you found in their system that allowed you to beat them. You beat them at their own game. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
But
Can I intervene and say one thing to that?
Go ahead,
brother. What I've learned as far as about the paper and the sword, and they always say the pen and the sword, and they always say the pen is mightier than the sword. But sometimes the paperwork is mightier than the pen sometimes, especially when you dig off in the past, right? See, this is my thing and my method dealing with certain things that need to be addressed and have them hear things. I go in the past and find people that been through these same kind of situations, old cases like that got dealt with in these kind of situations and things like that, or that never got dealt with, never got their stories heard. You get in contact with these people that haven't had their story heard, but still dealing in the same kind of bag, or maybe still feel some kind of way, was ready to pop back up, like Fam said, be the engine that could and put it back out there. Now you have more of a support system that already been through and things like that. See, because they use our past against us, we need to start using their past against them. He said they have a system. Yes, they have a system. So do we. Looking into our past can find out who we are. So looking into their past can find out who they were and who they are still. You see what I'm saying? It's a court system, good brother. It's a court system. So in a court system, they use what on us? Our past.
Right. They figured you just want some money. That's that. Katina and Fred, they just felt like y'all, okay, well, we'll give them a few dollars and they'll shut up. They'll go on about their business. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't take the bait. The money was always the bait. They think that that's the solution to everything.
Yeah, the coward move. Let's just go on here, man. Go on, just give me 150,000. I'm gonna leave y'all alone.
Here go the problem. Here go the issue. You offered me something which is an admittance of wrongness. Why would you offer me something if you didn't do anything?
Right. Right.
Well, I have mine in the court, in federal courts in Gulfport, Mississippi, and I just called them last week wanting to know an update because I hadn't heard from them. Well, the clerk said that we got return mail on you. I said, how you got return mail on a P.O. box that has never been closed? So I got a copy of the information, and it never left Gulfport. So they're playing with me on that side. So I'm having to do an investigation on that.
Certified mail all the time through legal correspondence. Somebody got to sign for it.
Yeah.
No, it was just return mail coming from the courts. It never made it to me. The answer back from the lawyers and all that.
They're not supposed to send no mail to no P.O. box. No certified mail goes to no P.O. box. It goes to the resident or the person that it's supposed to go to because they have to have what they call a point of contact. That is the business of transportation and delivery. Anytime any certified mail that your name is on a government document, they have to. This is not no game. They have to have a point of contact. That is law.
That's not what they've been doing. They've been sending it to my
Well,
PO box.
they breaking laws on every level. Now that you speak on that.
See, thousand pardons if I could jump in. This is where ignorance hurts us. And you know, the ignorance is just not knowing. See, when we are unaware of our rights, when we are unaware of legal procedures and things of that nature, then people can take advantage of our ignorance.
Right.
Yes.
See, a lot of times we go into these situations and we're emotional. So we're speaking about emotions. It's like racism. Racism is one of the hardest things in the world to prove. You know, so they're racist and they doing this for this reason, and they because they let a white person do this and do that. You don't have all the circumstances. You don't have all the variables that was involved. But to your appearance, that's what it looks. And it very well may be, but you can't prove it other than your emotional state. And the crying and the pleading, and I feel it in my stomach. Don't do me good.
Well, this is my thing with mine. I have 200 pages of evidence where this same inmate that I've shown where I've tried to get him to be seen psychologically, his conversation of liking black women, this and that, it's all documented. And when I provided it to them, they refused to take the information. The DA refused to take it. I got statements from inmates protecting me from this inmate. Like it's more to, you know, it's just my medical records, everything, and they did not report any of this information. So when I tried to get in touch with the judge to report new evidence, he resigned. Like everybody's running.
That don't make no sense because they in bed together. They know your case. They trying to stall you out till you pass away. And
Was
then
it
they
federal?
push the case on right on out the door with you. You see what I'm saying?
You work at a federal facility?
I'm sorry.
You worked at a federal facility?
I worked at a state facility in Greene County, South Mississippi Correction Institution.
You still worked for the
I was
government.
a case manager.
You was considered a government official, or officer, a peace officer, something along those lines. So
Right.
anything happen to you should be handled on that priority level.
Right.
So you can pretty much take your case anywhere in that state. The whole state ain't in bed with them.
Yeah.
Go to the governor, go to the mayor.
I'd have been to all of that. The governor,
Oh
the mayor,
no, our
board
governor,
supervisor,
our
everybody.
governor is caught up in a welfare scandal.
The attorney general.
Is that the one with Tim Tebow?
No, Brett Favre.
Brett Favre,
Brett
yeah.
Favre, yeah.
Okay. See what I'm saying?
Y'all got all kinds.
We got 200 inmates that's in Hines County.
Yeah.
They found them behind a jail, and they didn't even speak on it. The governor hadn't talked about none of this stuff that's dealing with black people, but he's talking about the president. Like, no, we need you to talk about Mississippi.
Yeah.
So who are do y'all have access to any activists down in y'all area that have like TV connections and radio connections?
Been there, done that. I don't
Yeah, I did a press conference. I've done several press conferences, but they don't never show my stuff on TV. I get censored from TV. I've done my press conference was done with a national civil rights activist from North Carolina, John C. Barnett.
So
Do you have copies of the video?
Yeah, it's at 14,000 views on Facebook.
I see that's the thing. It needs to keep on circulating. Everybody to see it, share it. The propaganda machine can't stop, regardless of how ineffective it may look. It has to keep on beating the drum because subliminal, like I said, things get planted to the right person hear it, man. It just got to keep swinging.
Right.
Well, the Department of Justice in Washington knows it too. I got an actual case number. I think Fred has one too. We've been trying to get them from both sides. It's not an ending thing. It's an everyday thing for me. I'm under workman comp right now. Still, they haven't settled with me with my workman comp. This happened 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. See, they don't want to pay. They want to pay, but they don't want to pay. They trying to stall you out.
They tried to give me $16,000. I said no, sir. I know a woman that where inmate showed his penis to her. She went out on PTSD to almost $200,000. I'm like, no, I would not accept that.
Nah. That's
All right, well,
different.
this the crazy thing about my situation. I done snitched on the whole government, and I turned around and got another government job. Now, make that make sense.
I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I can. I can't either. I'm just as twisted as you are on that one.
Well, you know,
but then again, it all goes back to that movie that Martin played on. Was it Blue? It was I can't think of it. Blue Street.
Blue Street.
Yeah, Blue Street, where he had that diamond in that police station. He had you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They think on that level. They keeping you in pocket. It's like okay, we know you didn't expose us. So what we gonna do is we gonna give you another job. We gonna put you in another place, but we gonna keep you in pocket. We gonna keep tabs on you. We gonna watch it. We gonna make sure we keep that eye on you. When they say the eye, you know what I'm saying?
They're waiting on you to violate.
Right.
Get you off track.
And it's
Yeah,
probably
they try to
deep
get you off
down.
that stuff.
You hear me,
You
bro?
know, we can't just go jump straight into conspiracy theory mode, you know. But that's just kind of weird though, to just give man another government job after we had one trying to keep all these shows. So, you know, I guess they feel like it might keep you quiet for a minute. I don't know, bro. Like that is kind of weird.
It's tactful.
I mean, but you can't argue the fact that, bro, you can't. That's hard to argue.
Wow.
It looks good in the sense of we're not holding anything against you, or we're not discriminating against you. We're not this, that, and the third. It makes you look like you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
If I still extend the olive branch to you and you saying I'm doing all this bad stuff to you, you kind of look like you contradicting yourself.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm on the front page of the paper down here. I'm on the front page twice. Ain't no conspiracy theory.
We no. Time out. We not saying you are.
It doesn't matter. Put it like this. It doesn't matter what the truth is. It matters what they can make it look like.
Right. I was just going to say that. They're going to dress that
He's
up.
not saying you directly own that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's saying that they might be trying to make it look as a possibility, and you might not have seen that yet.
Yeah, they're gonna doctor that up. They're gonna doctor it up to a point to make you is reverse psychology. You got them
that's why I said what I said. Like they just probably trying to, pattern you up too, though. Like it'll keep them quiet for a minute.
You know how the police murder somebody and then they turn around and say that this person was using drugs and they stole something in the third grade. They destroy your character in order to justify their murdering you.
Right.
And the public, oh yeah, he was using Tylenol PM. Boy, hey, you guilty. You deserve to die.
Right.
You deserve what you got. Maybe you was wrong. See,
it was justifiable.
Hey, Strong, I'm so sorry. You just took me all the way back to that little Twister thing where people be on the block and stuff, and he did that little skit. He was like, "Yeah, I don't know what was going on," and the boys thought, "Yeah, I stayed right there," and they was just sitting, and I don't know what was going on. They were just shooting them guns and things like that. You literally have people in the community like that for real, though.
Yeah.
And they literally, and them are some of the people that you work with too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a lot of people that you work with, and I think that's what Ms. Cartwright going through too. Some of these people have probably been in trouble before that you was talking to in the prison that got things on them. They might, prison is a prison. So the possibility of sexual relations and stuff like that with each other and things like that, you ain't on none of that. You wouldn't play ball.
Right. Let me jump in here with that real quick to piggyback off what you're saying. We had a conversation about something that causes paranoia. I don't know who it was around. I think it was on one of these shows where it's a condition that they put you in to make you think that people are out to get you. So they will put y'all back into the system and then create a systematic mental problem to make you feel like something. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel like, okay, everybody around you is against you, which further put, you know what I'm saying? It's so many ways that they can play this game.
So in Cook County Jail, we call that the trial of manipulation, where
Okay.
everybody is actually together in everything they are doing, including if the debt go up, just to see if you're that one person. People are known in certain situations, but in order for them to trust you, it's called the trial of manipulation.
Yeah.
Okay, and they probably got it in a different systematic way of life of what they doing in their employment, but in jail, and you know, hate to been there before, but everybody actually become a man in my life. So you sent it firsthand to where you felt like everybody was against you. You know what I mean? No matter what kind of right you do, it wasn't the right thing to do. And that's what it was. That's what we called it. And once I figured out what was going on, it was already too late.
Yeah. They had already got
You
you.
know what I mean?
They got
It
you
was
pulled
already
in.
too late.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it wasn't a bad. It wasn't a bad thing, though, sir. It was one of them things that where people know now that you're part of the team or you're not. Because you had to either, whether you sucked it up or had to ride with the whole situation, either you did or you didn't. That's either a strike or a plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody at the top got a system.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what we called it there to see if people can probably be trusted or whatever. It's like that. It's like that in society with certain things in a community or a gathering of people. They have their own system. So they take you through a trial to make sure you can go through these things. She wasn't with it. She ain't playing ball. They put her in a position to where she can actually expose some things, and now they don't want to deal with it.
Yep. Yep.
Anything that brother going through. But when I was saying to go in the past of things, start looking up people that went through it with these kind of individuals or systems and stuff too, and come together with that too. I think Brother Abdul wanted to say something. I'm sorry, brother. I wasn't trying to take the platform. Go ahead. I apologize. So long.
He on the mute, but okay. Well, OG, you want to jump in there and say something?
Oh no, I didn't want to say. Y'all go right ahead. I'm listening. I'm soaking it up.
Okay.
I want to piggyback off of that. When you was talking about PTSD, I was diagnosed with PTSD. I'm still seeing a PTSD specialist now. And the paranoia, it comes from me still working for the same company, being in a small town where everybody can be kin. I don't know who is who. I eat at the same place every day, where I could see them fix my food because I don't know who is who. You know, out of 13 people, somebody kin to somebody. And so I said all that to say that, yeah, I'm paranoid because I'm dealing with law enforcement, you know, and I still work for them. I travel sometimes out to Picayune. They got me going all the way out there. I sometimes think that that's a setup for them to do something. I don't know. So it's a lot going
Faith
on.
around law enforcement.
Well,
That's
see, the
the
thing
reverse.
is, they gonna send you away. Like, you know what I'm saying? They let you get comfortable, you get back in, and then okay, we're gonna move you here. We're gonna move the problem. See, they got people that they answering to that's keeping tabs of what you're doing day in, day out. I know this was a process that I go through daily, and I've been going through it for over 13 years, and I'm gonna keep it quiet on what reason why, but it's strategic. Just so you have to be just as strategic. As they're building their case, you build their case because they don't walk a fine line either. Y'all follow protocol. Whatever they ask you to do, just do it, document it, put it up. Keep it going, you know what I'm saying? Each time that something happens, document it, put it up. Cause like you said, like Strong said, one day you're gonna run across somebody who gonna boom, everything gonna happen. It's gonna fall in place. And each time they try to step up, they're gonna get smacked right back down. You know what I'm saying? But y'all didn't take the money. That was the whole issue right there. They didn't take the money. something's wrong. What's wrong with these people? They don't want to take the money. I mean, everything ain't about money. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
need somebody to go to jail. If y'all didn't let the inmate go home, so somebody need to be gone.
You know, they just think that, but that just shows you how they think about us. How they really, how you really feel that, okay, like man said, they gave him the $300,000. Man, that's gone in lawyer fees off the rip. So he back at square one. And then you got mental anguish and all this other extra stuff that they have to put in these clauses. That ain't enough money. That ain't enough money for a life, mentally for a long time. You're gonna be y'all messed up behind these situations. You know what I'm saying? So it's deeper than rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got a question for the brother. What's his name from the FOI right there? What we got to do to get Farrakhan down here, man? You know, I've been to the mosque several times, and I expressed what I had going on. As a matter of fact, I met you at Brother Kareem's city town hall. You had spoke at his town hall, Brother Abdul.
Yes, sir. Hold on just a second, man. My microphone fell here, and I'm putting it back together. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay. Well, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, brother, he's 92 years old, and we don't put that on him like that. We as his students address these issues. And the thing of it is, the resources and the people are already there. It's just a matter of a critical mass of us getting together and addressing and finding out the right way to do it. As Brother Ambassador, man, I see you when you come up, but it's so small. Yeah, Brother Strong, he was on the podcast. As Brother Strong has alluded to, a lot of times we don't have the requisite information in terms of how to handle these issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If we don't know how to attack and what avenues, what channels we got to go through to seek redress to our issue, then sometimes we're at a great disadvantage. And the question is, for me, that's why I said I'm gonna sit back and listen and soak up, because I'm just hearing this sister's story and what she's going through. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have enough information to make a definitive decision as to what it is that she should do. And bringing people into a situation whereby if we would examine it ourselves, we may find out it's just a couple of small steps that may have been missed that need to be done. That if we would do it, then we make the right connection and talk to the right people. Then that's all we had to do. And then the watershed, the floodgates are opened up, and then she'll get the desired result. So one of the things that I've learned in working with our people, even myself personally, a lot of times we're just ignorant as to how to do it, what avenues that we should take to get a solution to the problem that we face. So until we can exhaust that, and sister, she says, I've done this, I've been there, and I've done that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, brothers and sisters. A lot of times we bring outside voices in to a local problem, when the truth of the matter is the answer to the local problem is right there where the people are.
Well, I can tell you this much: the governor, the guy that's over the prison, the mayor, all of them is on one email. Like I was hitting them up, like nobody's still responding. I've been to every source, from the NAACP to the ACLU, every source that I could go to. I've been to the Department of Justice here and the FBI. Everybody been put on notice. I've even wrote the president, the
Let me
vice
ask you a
president.
question. How many people did you take with you?
That's the thing. Nobody. I don't have anybody here that go. A lot of people know about it. I passed my story out. I'm on the Jackson Advocate myself. I passed my story out to all the newspapers that refuse, the radio stations. Nobody's told my story, and nobody's interested because they don't want it out.
because you're going to them by yourself. You're going to the Jacket Jackson Advocate by yourself. You're going to all of these avenues by yourself. Politicians respond to numbers.
So
Y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
True.
we don't have that support. I don't have that support system.
Well,
They
see,
know about it, but
well,
they not gonna do anything.
we have to build the support system. That's what I'm saying. That's why these conversations in the hood, away from the cameras, the young brothers need to hear what's happening to you. When I come to Tupelo, God willing, I got a book that I'm gonna bring with me called Without Sanctuary. And God willing, I'm going to read some excerpts from that book of what they used to do to us, and then compare it to what we're doing to ourselves. Because see, when you go to that kind of battle, sister, you need a groundswell of people with you, so they'll know at the outset it's a whole lot of eyeballs on this. But if it's just your name alone on the email, you know, and they don't see that anybody's with you, they're gonna ignore one person. But see, we have to build a groundswell of support. We have to get people involved. That's politics.
Yeah.
All politics is numbers, constituency. And until we can get the kind of groundswell, that's our responsibility. So I just believe, you know, and I'm gonna get religious on you. I watched the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for 31 years. I've been in the Nation of Islam. And when this brother genuinely comes to our people with genuine love and concern, and not ill-motivated, not with agendas, not trying to get money, not trying to get fame or get camera time. Don't give a damn about no camera. People are suffering. Sister, you're suffering. So why should I'll use myself. Why should I come down there and play with you? Why should I go to Tupelo and play with these brothers? Knowing, well, we ain't really finna do nothing. This is gonna be a rally, and then no, man, we need to quit, excuse my friends, we need to quit bullshitting and unite amongst ourselves. We keep complaining and complaining about these things. And we expect some high profile, you know, person, some celebrity come down and say a few words, and all of this stuff is gonna magically go away. It may go away, but it's gonna come back again, because when that celebrity or that high profile person goes back to where they're from, then we're still left. And once that person is gone, they say, oh yeah, they support gone now. Now I'm finna put these niggas back where I had them.
Yeah. So that's how I met Fred. I traveled I'm 3 hours away from them. I come there, and when they was working on the sheriff, I brought letters and mailing them there, but it's just not here in this little city here. I have to go to where where the people are united that's fighting. But here it's just everybody's laid back, and they just leave well enough alone.
Right now it's election season. Right now the politicians are in a mode. So what you do is, every time they having a live event, like brother said, get you together some community. This is where community support comes in at. This is where not closing our doors, but actually talking and dealing with our neighbors come into play. Because when things come up, we by ourselves, because we don't interact. We don't deal with one another as family, as villages. We everybody got a reason why we don't fool with one another. And then when it's time for the fist to come together, every finger got something else going on. So what has to happen is,
say that again, Ambassador. Say what you just said.
You said
that when it's time for the fist to come together, every finger got something else to do.
That's it.
That's the truth.
So we have to get into the communities and get your support. Go get these church groups, because let them know that Jesus don't stay in the church house. He got to get out here and do some work.
That's what he did.
Y'all want to say it? Come on, support me. This happened to me. I need the faith of the Most High with me. Come on out here and support me. Stand with me. Show your support for your sister. Or are y'all only Sunday Christians? Yeah. Get the community and go to these live events while they answering questions, and be the loudest voice in the room.
Yep. Make your voice be heard.
Why has nothing been done about my case? It's been over 4 years. Answer that for me. Y'all making all these changes?
I was assaulted 4 years ago. My case just went in in December. At the last nick of time, I met a guy that's advocating for me. He did my legal work. It hadn't been a year yet. So what has happened is the DA and the sheriff is trying to plead immunity. So we answered back, and so the judge is sitting in dormant because see they all know each other. But see that's not my issue. I want to know what y'all gonna do. So we're in court, like we're trying to get things done. And I've been passing my story out and all on Facebook, TikTok, but they're just dragging their foot. Like it's things happening, but it just ain't moving like it should be. It hadn't been a year yet since I've been in court, so it's moving.
So you got motion, in other words.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So look, this is the court system, and you may not have been through it because of the side of it you was on. But when you're dealing with a court system that's overran, right now we have over 250,000 young black men and women waiting for a bed space in prison.
Mm-hmm.
We got all type of illegalities and other things going on, petty crime and gang banging and shootouts and all of these type of things happening. So if you got motion right now, what it is, and I hate to say this because it's been 4 years, but you got motion. Get your ducks in order, get all your paperwork right. Proper preparation gonna prevent a poor performance. You done got the ball rolling, so now you got to give it time to do what it do.
Yeah.
That's it. See, now that makes it clearer.
Yeah.
Because if you've only been in the actual fight for a little over a year, so
I've been in the fight since it happened, but I couldn't find a lawyer. Yes, sir. And then I found this advocate. Yeah.
Then what I'm saying is, in terms of actual movement,
Mm-hmm.
you feel what I'm saying? That's only been going on for about a year, according to what you just said.
December will make a year.
December will make a year. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you're really still in the early stages, and as Brother Ambassador was alluding to, the time is now. I don't think I've met you all and we've met each other. I don't think it's happenstance. There's a lot of will in Mississippi in terms of there are plenty of people willing to stand up. Okay. Well, that will has to be given structure. And this is where us and these various organizations, that everybody is doing their own thing. That's why I asked Brother Ambassador to say that again. So when we're not unit, when it's time for the fist to come together, all the fingers got something to do.
Yep.
So
That's true.
we have the fingers, we have the potential to make a fist. We just got to get the doggone fingers to agree to when it's time to throw the blow, call up and throw
ready to go, right?
That's the work that we have to do at the community level. And the people that we think are going to be a part of the fist, I'm telling you, they're not going to be a part of the fist. I think most of the people that's going to be part of the fist are out in the street and in the community.
Right.
Because they don't really have much to lose. The people that got too much to lose, those are going to be the ones that's going to have something to do.
Yeah.
So when we come to town, I have a previous engagement and I'll be out of town that weekend. Yeah, we know how that goes.
That's it.
Yeah. That's good stuff right there, man. That's real good stuff. Especially that slogan needs to be put on a shirt. Seriously, that needs to be branded and worn and because the statement is so powerful in so many words and in so many letters, and even on the capacity that Brother Fred and Sister Katina, y'all situations really needs that. Like I said, I don't mind y'all coming on here every week if y'all wanted to and put that out there, keep that rotating. You know what I'm saying? Because people need to hear that.
But I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said some of the strongest leadership for Black people is going to come out of Mississippi.
But you won't believe this, but I joined the NAACP and got it up in compliance, got the people and everything. So I'm gonna work with the youth, And so when my situation happened, I couldn't get no support. So this last incident that happened, Fred came up. We all went to Jackson and was meeting. They had an emergency meeting, and it was about voting. That's the first time I've ever seen what's his name, Mr. Benny and Johnson. Well, that's the second time I've seen the president of
Right.
the NAACP, but they only stayed for 20 minutes. It's like, listen, we got things going on in Mississippi. Yeah, we need to vote, but we need to get control of the state. Like this, it's running rampant right now. I haven't seen anybody with all these topics we got going on. Where is the press? Y'all have the right or authority to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they had Fred put out, you know, and all this kind of stuff. The police put him out. I didn't even know it. And it's like, I can't be a part of something that I'm trying to be an activist for. Y'all can't even assist me, and I'm a member. It's like, I got out. I terminated my position.
Yes.
I'm like, I can't be a part of that if y'all not going to do a movement.
Okay. Well, may I offer this caveat, sister?
Mm-hmm.
Our organizations are dysfunctional. And the thing of it is, they'll remain dysfunctional until we make them functional. What I mean by that is, sometimes we can't allow our frustration and the failure of that organization in terms of addressing our concern cause us to pull away from it. You understand? So it stays dysfunctional. So it's kind of like in the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam is not a building, it's the people. The nation is only as good as the people that are in it. That's why we have an intense course of study we study every week. It's called Self-Improvement is the basis for community development. No community is any better than the people that live in it. And to the degree that people are uninformed and undisciplined and unengaged, they are vulnerable to any predator that will come and prey upon them. So whatever organization that exists, stay in it and do your part to help make it what it should be. To abandon it, it becomes a weapon in the hand of your enemy, like guerrilla warfare. Whatever weapon you leave laying, they come behind you and pick it up and use it against you in war. You understand? See, we have to learn things like the art of war. Yeah, we know the NAACP. Let's be honest now. It was an organization that was established pretty much by Jews that had a philosophy of non-economic liberalism. Well, we can take over it and change it. And it's people like you that should stay in it, go get like-minded people like you. And then when it comes up for the vote for who's going to be the president of the NAACP, you move them people out that don't want to do nothing. You put people in that think like you, that ain't going to punk out and run. See, now you've taken the weapon and you've weaponized it for the best interest of our people. But if you just leave it, you know, it becomes the weapon in the hands of somebody else against us. I hope that makes sense what I just said.
I hear you.
That's
I know it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as HE double hockey sticks. I promise you. It's gonna be frustrating. These Negroes gonna make you want to bust them in the mouth. I'm telling you.
Well, you know, I got to get my mental together to be dealing with that. I'm telling you, because I'm trying to stay out of jail and get, you know, I'm trying to fight the jail. I don't need to be in jail.
See, that's why I pray, sister. And you know, because you know, I'm a '60s baby. And, the way we grew up, man, you violated, boy. But so if Don DeLuis Farrakhan tells us this, you got to love black people more than they hate themselves to work for them.
Oh man.
And if you're not willing to take plenty, leave black folks alone. You have to be super patient with us, you know, because our condition is so horrid. The way we think has been we've been so mentally and spiritually destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, that we are our own worst enemy now. So it's kind of like raising a special needs child.
Yes.
Mother. And mothers can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to do everything for the child. That's how the black community is almost. And if you ain't got patience, you got to have the patience of a mother to deal with black people in politics, economics, you know, just like the 13-year-old boy that's a special needs boy, he in a wheelchair, he can't do, so he messes pamper. Well, he can't change it, you got to change it.
Right.
You know, and if you've ever taken care of somebody on that level, that's a tall order. You know? Just be patient, what I'm saying to you, sister. Be patient. You have to have long suffering. You know, that's what Jesus, that's the thing about Jesus and the prophets that they don't teach. They teach this milk toast weak version of religion, you know, when the truth of the matter is those men were revolutionaries and warriors. You know, they had to deal with a lot. That's why they hate Farrakhan. I'm telling you, that man, I've met him several times. That's a different brother. And I understand why they fear him, because they know if the young generation get in their mind and heart his message at any depth where they really understand the proper use of their lives and learn discipline, you know, and build their life on righteous principles and discipline, and then get involved in the liberation struggle, and they not afraid. You notice how these children ain't scared of nothing. They're scared of nothing. Well, that's the generation that our slave ancestors prayed for. People that just don't feel massa. All they need to do is be put in the right direction, and us as the elders should be their trainers. So the Bible says, old men for counsel and young men for war.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do, sister. It's gonna take some work.
Man, this has been some real good stuff here. We didn't went over the 2 hours that I said, but I don't really want to stop the combo because you know what I'm saying? You can't put a time limit on wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You can't put a time limit on it.
Can you please forward your information to Mr. Capone, and he can send it to me so we can talk more and connect, yes, so I can get some assistance, because I am doing TikTok. I do back and forth with Fred. You know, we try to work together a little bit, but I know it's a fight.
Sister, I would happily bring you onto our platform, our podcast, to get your message out, at least to the people that listen to us. And if you go to, because I had Brother OG Capone, Brother Teddy, and Brother Ambassador Strong on this past Thursday, and I'm bringing them brothers back because I loved what they had to say. These are the voices in the Delta at the street level that need to be heard. Brother T Pope too, man, you need to be heard, brother.
Yes, sir.
And the young,
I'm in Alabama.
Yeah, and the young brothers in the street need to see that the brothers at the street level are actually involved. So, sister, I'll be more than happy to bring you on so you can tell your story to our audience. And I know some sisters that write for the Final Call. And I'm going to get in touch with Brother Bossel's wife. She's one of the writers for the Final Call, and see if we can get some of these stories printed in our newspaper, because our newspaper is sold all over the country, and you never know who will read your story and come to your aid. All right. Okay.
I appreciate that.
Please, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We need to learn to love each other again, too, man. I ain't talking about that mushy love. I'm talking about want for your brother and sister what you want for yourself. You
unconditional.
Feel unconditional.
Unconditional.
No doubt.
You know
that's what got me in trouble working at that prison, because you know it's most of us in there, and it's like I can't mistreat a person that has never done anything to me. So it was a different type of feel in my building, and they didn't like that. It was like I'm doing something, or they just didn't like the relationship.
Right.
So it brought me problems, but it was a good thing. That's the best job I ever had, even though that happened to me.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna close out because we've been over the 2 hours, but I'm not tripping. I want to thank everybody for coming on to the show tonight. You know what I'm saying? This has been, you know what I'm saying, a phenomenal thing, and God don't make no mistakes. You know what I'm saying? He didn't bring all of us together for this is a bigger purpose, it's a bigger agenda behind what we all have going on. I want to thank the brother Abdul for coming on.
Thank you for having me, sir. Thank you for having me.
Oh, this ain't the first encounter. It's gonna be more. It's gonna be more. You know what I'm saying? As always, OG Capone, you know what I'm saying? You know, he puts things together, you know what I'm saying? He's a man with the plan. You know, we want to thank him. I do give everybody a chance to get their shots out to whoever for the end of the show. So, you know. OG Capone. We'll go ahead and go.
What's up? Nah, I said, what's up? Now, I would, you know, thank everybody for coming on. You know, brother grew up from Nation of Islam. You know, Natty, also from Nation Islam. The brother from the Big Reach, Mr. Carr, and the Carr Sports, and Strong, Catino, and Fred. You know what I'm saying? I like to thank everybody for coming on and joining. So I like we're gonna make this part 2. And like I said, I didn't get to say much, but I'm glad our message got across. But we're gonna continue this another day, you know. So we, you know, like I said, we know our 2 hour time here, but you know, we're gonna make this happen next time. Part 2, I guess.
Definitely. Brother Strong with the fish.
Peace, blessings, and love to our entire global community. Just want to give a shout out to all those that are standing up, being the changes that they want to see, and tell everybody that's still waiting and hesitating to be you. Don't be afraid to come out of those shadows. Allow people to see you for who you are. Love what you do and do what you love. That's how we're going to progress. We need to stop trying to make it to the peak and start trying to move forward. Accelerate and elevate. There's enough room for all of us if none of us bite the apple. That's all I got for y'all, man. Stay strong. We're stronger together.
That's right. Brother Abdul, you want to send out anything? You got anything, last words?
Oh, brother, I just want to thank you all. It's been a blessing just to be a part of the conversation and to hear the erudite minds that I hear on this podcast. I pray to Allah that we stay together. Certainly, my intent, shout out to the GD Nation, Growth and Development. Shout out to my brother Teddy. I'm glad I met that soldier. You know, of course, always shout out to my right-hand brother I love dearly, brother Najee. Thank you, OG Capone, for putting me on, brother. And can't wait to meet you, brothers and sisters, face to face, you know, so I can feel your spirit, so I can drink in your spirit. Because it's time for us to change. And as Brother Strong said, we need to inspire the brothers and sisters that's behind the oak trees and in the shadows, you know, that have a desire, but they just need some strong people to stand up that will help them to stand up. Steel sharpens steel, okay? So all of us that are on here, let's stay standing strong and inspire the next group to say, well, look, man, they standing up. Let's go on and stand up with them. So may Almighty God bless you all with love, peace, good health, and a good night's sleep when we break up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, my brother. Brother Fred, you got something you want to say out here to the people before you get out of here?
He on mute.
Yeah, I'm trying to unmute it, but
Oh, my bad.
There you go, brother.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you for allowing me on your platform, man, to get my word out, man. If anybody's out there listening, you know, just you can follow me on Facebook at Fred Chambliss. And you know, like I say, help me get the story out, because I really want to, you know, between me and Miss Katina and Mr. Britton Mosley, like I say, man, I really want to, all the shit that they have done to us in Mississippi, I want to give it back to them.
Right.
And I feel like between us, between our stories, we can flip this whole motherfucking state.
There you go.
Like I said, I truly have I have all the politicians in our state. I have them involved in this conspiracy for covering up and not helping, because they are well aware of what happened to me. You know, nobody can sit at home for 2 years and, you know, you can't even justify that.
No.
You know, so like I said, I sat at home for 2 whole years getting paid from the government. And, you know, and now they have no reason to say that, they have no explanation of why I was sitting at home. So, I just, you know, like I say, thank you for allowing me on the platform and just get my story out there, man. And, you know, whenever you want to bring me back on, I'm more than welcome. Man, that's pretty much it. I want to blow my whistle on the way out.
Go ahead. There you go.
So.
Man. Oh, Brother Fred, I need to bring you on to the 10K Fearless Tri-State podcast too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You get both and Katina on there. Definitely get them on there. Katina, you want to any last words you want to leave for the people?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for just the reaching out, and thank you for having me on the show. And I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep pushing, and I'm gonna join in unity with whoever wants to do it. You know, because we need that. We need that all over.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. That's good stuff. Brother Najee didn't say anything, but if you got anything you want to kick out there, brother?
Assalamu alaikum. And peace and blessings, brothers. And sister, I'm sorry. Thank you for having Brother Student Minister Shaheed and myself on. I won't have much to say after Brother Student Minister. I try my best to just follow proper proper military posture. Whenever I'm on any platform, I'm listening. Everything that he said is sufficient. And like I said, I just like to thank y'all once again.
No problem, brother.
Peace.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so we got. Hey, this has been a wonderful show tonight, man. I want to thank everybody that was on the show. The panel, it was great. The conversation was great. I mean, we got a lot of things. We got a lot of points, and a lot of things. We still got work to do. There's always work to do. Our work is never done until we lay down and take our last breath. That's when we done. But for now, we still got work to do.
Brother Fred.
Yes, sir.
Give me your name again, or how to reach you again, brother.
Fred Chambliss, Fred. Last name Chambliss, CHAM as in man, B as in boy, LISS.
Got you. Got both of you. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here, man. Hey, it's been a blessing to everybody that was on the show. Peace and blessings and love. We leave you with this good message, and y'all have a good weekend. Start your week out right. You know what I'm saying? Pray, 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 and just believe.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Sister, peace. Peace.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
This your boy T-Pole. This the New Solution Radio podcast show. And if it ain't AGELREEFE and the family, I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, leg up.